Okay, well, I'm just looking at the fuel mileage, and if you look on the computer information system, there's a little 1 in the upper right above the word consumption. What that indicates is that the average fuel consumption is being recorded per trip. When the ignition is turned on, it starts recording, and when the ignition is turned off, it stops recording. And so it's per trip. And I suppose if you continue another trip within 2 hours, then the average continues. But if you don't, then it deletes it, and so that average is just per trip. And I've just been driving a little bit here, so it says 8.1 liters per 100. If you press the OK button, which is right here on the steering wheel, so there's the... So if I press the OK button here, it'll switch to a 2. That 2 indicates that it's an average over the last 100 hours of operating time. So you can see that it says 5.6 liters per 100. In reality, it has never gotten 5.6 liters per 100. In reality, it has averaged 6.4 liters per 100. And so, yeah, that seems a little misleading to me. I don't know, maybe there's some fancy calculation in there, but yeah, I have kept very careful records, and it has never averaged that. Okay, I just thought I'd show you that. Okay, well, I just thought I'd talk about the mileage on my 2012 Volkswagen Golf TDI Wagon. And I bought it on August 17th. It had no kilometers on it. The tank was full when I got it. So I kept track of how many liters it took me to fill it, and I consistently, after the pump clicked off, I always squeezed the pump one more time until it clicked, and so I was very consistent on filling it each time. I recorded the kilometers, and I usually wait until I get down around the red. I don't go very far into the red setting on my fuel gauge. And so, yeah. And then I divided my liters that it took to fill it and how many kilometers it went on those liters, and made that into liters per 100 kilometers. In Canada anyways, I don't know about the rest of the world, but in Canada we record liters per 100 kilometers in terms of your mileage, and the smaller the value, the better. I also converted that into miles per gallon imperial, and these are imperial gallons are bigger than US gallons, and these ones are miles per gallon US. Since the US gallon is 3.78 liters, it's significantly smaller than the imperial gallon, and you get fewer miles per US gallon. I also estimated the ambient temperature, which was just an average, and it's just an arbitrary guess, I suppose, based on what the temperature has been around the time that I was driving. So, I've collected quite a bit of data, and then down here I averaged it. And so my averages, this value right here, which is 703, that's about average tank kilometers on a tank of fuel, and the tank is 50 liters. It has averaged 6.4 liters per 100 kilometers, or 44.8 miles per imperial gallon. That's 45 miles a gallon US, or imperial, or around 37 miles per gallon US, and that's over 27,623 kilometers. So that's a pretty good set of data. I graphed that data. I wonder if I can, yeah. So I graphed that data, and so here it is, and the blue line is the liters per 100, and notice it's pretty much flat-lined, and so it's very, very consistent. Doesn't really follow the temperature very well, and here's my temperature, ambient temperatures. This was a trip to California, so the temperature was higher. Yeah, so the temperature doesn't seem to affect the mileage very much. This is the miles per gallon Imperial. Notice it averages around 45. And so, yeah, I just thought I'd show you my miles per gallon or my fuel consumption.